This is Channel 2 News, coverage you can count on.
This morning we have an update for you on the president's tour of Asia and a deal struck with China. And the European Space Agency is one step closer to making history. We will have the details for you. Plus, the very latest on a motorcycle accident that left one man dead. Those stories top your news right now at 5 o'clock. It is Wednesday, November 12th, 2014. Good morning. I'm Andy Guevara.
And I'm John Potter. It looks like a pretty good day, I got to say, on Channel 2 News this morning. We're going to start off with a look at the weather. Meteorologist Jeff Martinez. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, John and Andy. Happy Wednesday to you. It's going to be a nice day today. Cool out there, of course, this morning. 30 degrees at 8 o'clock. High today, 55, which will be cooler than yesterday's high of 59. More on your weather coming right up. Have a good morning.
And now to a story that we first reported last night at 11. Authorities are investigating a deadly crash between a motorcycle and a pedestrian in Carson City.
This all happened last night at about 6 p.m. in Carson City. Take a look at our pinpoint map. The accident took place at the intersection of Stewart and Telegraph Streets right there in the city. A man was walking across Stewart Street when he was hit by a motorcycle. The pedestrian was pronounced dead on the scene, and the rider was taken to the hospital with severe injuries. Now the sheriff's office says it looks like the pedestrian was in a crosswalk. The investigation will likely be turned over now to the Nevada Highway Patrol. And
this morning we have an update on a murder involving a taxi cab driver that happened over the weekend. Police have identified the man killed as 55-year-old Sammy Amin of Reno. He was found in his cab with a gunshot wound around 10:30 Sunday night on Wheeler Avenue in Reno. He passed away at the hospital. If you know anything that can help police find the suspect, call Secret Witness at 322-4900 or text your tip to 847-411. A $2,500 reward is now being offered for any information leading to an arrest.
Memorial services are set for the two young boys who were killed in that weekend shooting. The community will gather to honor 7-year-old Jacob and 2-year-old Austin Dean. A funeral service will be held Saturday at South Reno Baptist Church. That starts at noon. The church will also be streaming the service on its website. Then on Sunday at 6 p.m., a candlelight vigil on White First Street. That's near Patagonia Outlet off West 4th Street in Reno.
All right, time to get a check on our forecast. Let's find out what kind of weather we're up against today. We're going to send it over right now to meteorologist Jeff Martinez.
Pretty good so far, Jeff.
Yeah, not bad. Our weather today will be pretty nice. Kind of chilly out there this morning, but I'll tell you what, I just noticed this on our traffic cam. Something going on I-80 at East McCarran Boulevard. It's not showing up on the NHP website. It looks like the camera just froze there, but I-80 looks like the McCarran exit there, eastbound, have something going on in the intersection, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. Out there right now, 31 degrees as you head out the door, kind of on the chilly side of things with 26 in Fallon, 28 in Winnemucca, and the same for South Lake Tahoe. And Elko, too, all checking in with 28 degrees, 15, though, for you in Ely. Not a bad day today. We'll see a few clouds out there, partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 30s at 8 o'clock with 48 at noon, so kind of a cool day today, and a high of only about 55 degrees. But nothing compared to what's happening out east, just east of us. Salt Lake City, 34 for the high today. That's their high temperature, 9 in Denver. That cold Arctic outbreak continues across much of the country. And our weather, again, looking pretty good today. We'll see temperatures warming up into the mid-50s, but we do have a storm system on the way. You can really see it out there in the Pacific. That'll head into our area on Thursday. Coming up, we'll talk about what we can expect with that storm. Any rain or snow showers out there in the 7-day forecast. We'll certainly look at that. Look for a high today of 55 degrees. More on your weather coming up in a few minutes. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, Jeff.
Turning to campaign 2014, the dust is still settling after the midterms here in the Silver State.
Both houses of the state legislature controlled by the Republicans, marking a political change here in Nevada. Officials with the state GOP would be the first to tell you they are proud of their success, and they hope voters will see how they've changed to cater to all Nevadans.
We've removed social issues from the platform. The party has a very firm focus on the fiscal issues and on limited government. I think the people of Nevada are looking for a different solution, the solutions they weren't getting when the Democrats have been in charge.
Of course, we're all going to see what does happen when legislature convenes in February.
And looking around the world, actually looking outside the world. The Rosetta spacecraft has passed the second checkpoint on its historic mission to put a lander on the comet's surface. The European Space Agency hopes to put the probe, the lander, on the comet's large mass of ice and dust, some 317 million miles from Earth. They're hoping it'll help us learn a lot more about the composition of comets and how they react when they get close to the sun, just like that movie, Armageddon, remember?
So cool, yes. Looking around the nation now, a school board in Maryland has voted to eliminate all references to religious holidays on their school calendar in order to stay religion neutral. And that move comes after Muslim families asked for the same recognition of their holidays as Jewish holidays in the county. Previously, the superintendent made the recommendation to the board to consider removal of all Jewish and Christian holiday names from the calendar. Public schools will still close on those holidays because officials say there's a high number of absences, of course, on those days. This means references to holidays like Easter and Christmas will be removed from the school calendar.
Wow. Can you believe that? All right, look into our community. Thanksgiving just around the corner, and Evelyn Mount is looking for donations today of food to feed the needy. The shelves in Evelyn's garage, we were there and saw how empty they are. Donations have gotten off to a slow start. Families sign up to receive a bag of groceries to make a Thanksgiving meal, with more families signing up this year. Help! And if you can do that, you can drop items off at her house at 2530 Cannon Street in North Reno. To sign up to receive food, call those numbers 359-0807 or 356-2038, Monday through Friday between the hours of 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. As President Obama wraps up his three-day trip to Beijing, the U.S. and China announced a milestone deal on climate change.
Yeah, big deal. Our very own Landon Miller joins us now for more on these two nations at odds over many issues, but they did come to a landmark agreement on carbon emissions and more. Good morning, Landon.
Hey, Landon.
Good morning, John. Good morning, Andy. The president has struck a deal with the Chinese president, hoping to spur other countries toward getting targets ahead of a global climate treaty to be finalized next year.
The U.S. and China announced today a landmark agreement to work together to cut carbon and greenhouse gas emissions.
This is an ambitious goal, but it is an achievable goal.
The U.S. agreed to move much faster in cutting emissions of heat-trapping gases by as much as 28% below 2005 levels by the year 2025. China, which is busy building new coal plants, didn't commit to specific numbers, but promises its emissions will stop growing by 2030. At the latest.
This is a major milestone in the U.S.-China relationship, and it shows what's possible when we work together on an urgent global challenge.
The deal has been in the works for 9 months, a first for China. Another unprecedented event here. At today's joint news conference, Chinese President Xi Jinping took a question from a member of the Chinese press. The climate deal is seen as an unexpected breakthrough, capping the president's trip to Beijing, but it wasn't the only one. Over the last 2 days, the U.S. and China agreed to remove some tariffs on high-tech goods like video game consoles and computer software, and to ease visa restrictions between the two countries. While deep differences remain, including other trade issues, Chinese hacking of U.S. computers, and human rights concerns, the president says he hopes to take U.S.-China relations to a new level.
The president now heads to Burma, continuing his three-country tour to Asia, where he will attend a pair of regional summits before moving on to Australia. John and Andy, back to you.
All right. Well, I know that when it comes to pollution, we certainly are one of the leaders at the United States. We know we create so many emissions. But China says they are not even going to be reducing. They're going to hit a peak in like 5 more years.
These summits are big shows, really. You know, everybody smiles, shakes hands. It'll be back to normal, just like nothing ever happened.
You don't think
It's
it'll
like a
change?
photo show. Come on.